Thank you so much for signing up to Live Pigeon. I'm excited that you're here because I wanted to create a welcome video, one that will kind of do an overview of the software, making sure that you get it all set up correctly. And before we jump into that, my name is Brandan Fisher. I'm actually the founder of Live Pigeon. And I just wanted to make sure that you have the best experience when using this software. And so what I wanted to do is just to show you really quick how to get this set up so that you are the most successful in getting your message out into the world. So let's get into this. So here's Live Pigeon. I've just logged in and this is the welcome screen. What I'm going to have you do is if you're going to be going live to Facebook, click on Connect to Facebook. And then what this will do is it'll open up Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and continue as Brandan. Yours will be your name. From here, the default is set to friends, but the thing is, if you want everyone to be able to see your videos, we just need you to change this to public. And then go ahead and click OK. That's actually probably the most common thing that we get customer support calls on is, you know, hey, how come not everyone's seeing my posts? So we want to make sure that everyone can see your posts. And then go ahead and choose continue. And now that we're connected to Facebook, let's go ahead and get our very first video scheduled. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the scheduled button. From here, I'm going to go ahead and put in the time that I want to go live. So let's say tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Now let's talk about this. It's the show schedule notification. I actually want to let people know that I'm planning on going live ahead of time. And the other thing is I'm going to upload a custom thumbnail. And I'm going to go ahead and choose thumbnail. I've got a photo here that I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and click open. I've got this cool tool that allows us to size up the image and get it sized the way that you want it to look. And go ahead and click save. I like that. And when we're done, we've chosen the time, we've chosen the thumbnail. We can go ahead and click the schedule button. And look at this, you guys. It's taking us step by step through this process. Next, we're going to fill out the title and description. And now that I filled out the title and description, we're just going to go ahead and click next. And this is the number one thing that we get asked all the time. I've connected my Facebook account, but where is it going to go live? I want to go live to my business page, or I want to go live to a group. And this is the step that happens on. So I can go ahead and click inside here where it says add destination, and look at that. I've got my profile, my pages. If I keep scrolling down, you can see groups. This is really cool. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and go live to this page. If you wanted to go live to your profile or to a group, you can go ahead and keep clicking on add destination and add those, and you can keep doing it. But for this example, I'm only going to go live to this page. And one thing to point out, if you are going to go live and let's say you added yourself as an admin and you're not in this list, go ahead and click this refresh pages and groups button, and then it should then appear inside there. From here, I'm just going to go ahead and click the next button. And now we're on the fourth step. Here is where you're going to upload your video file. You can upload your video file from your computer. You can upload from Google Drive or Dropbox. We even have this fourth option here, which is called the incubator. Now, this is video files that you have already uploaded, let's say in advance, to our servers. And so for this example, instead of having me upload the video file from the computer, I'm actually just going to go ahead and click on incubator and use this video that I have inside of here already. And once I click on it, I'm done. I went through the steps and I've scheduled my very first video.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Donald Francis, and welcome to It's Life Podcast, where we're helping people develop self-control to make better decisions. Hey, guess what? Today, it is a special day for myself and the community of It's Life Podcast. And we have a wonderful, wonderful brother, young man who did an ingenious thing for all content creators. And I want you to know, do me a favor, if y'all can, come in. I know at this time that we air it, it's going to be about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So do me a favor, come in and like and share your page and let us know that you're on. We are going to be speaking to Mr. Brandan Fisher. You know, he is the CEO and the founder of Live Pigeon. Now, what is Live Pigeon? Y'all got to come in. Now, most of you already know what Live Pigeon is, but some of you newcomers, I want you to learn this, because if anybody have ever thought about the content creators, you know, and its viewers and rest, this man have done it. And I'm so happy and elated to have him. I'm not going to hold him too long, but do me a favor, y'all, come in as much as you can, as soon as you can. But I want to bring him right in so that we can dive into this real good software called live pigeon. All right. So listen, I want to present to some and introduce to others none other than Mr. Brandan Fisher. What's going on, man? How you doing, man?
Donald, thank you so much for having me on your show, man.
Oh man, I am so happy and super pumped up that you're here, and our community is happy that number one, you took the time out to just come and oblige us and just talk to us and chill out. And I'm gonna tell you, It's Life Podcast is I want you to know that he's dripped out today. I mean, he is the smoothest looking brother that we've ever known, man. So how's everything going, Brandan?
Oh man, things are going so great. It's been, you know, as good as they can be. I know we're still in this pandemic. Things are
Yes,
still, in chaos, if you will, a little bit, but
absolutely. Yeah,
man, things are going good right now, and I'm
absolutely.
just excited to be able to jump on here with you.
Oh man, and I do appreciate it. And by the way, you gotta let me know where you got those frames and the shades too. Those are so cool. I'm a fashion type dude. So, but I was talking to our viewers, about this wonderful software called Live Pigeon, and you're the founder, you're the CEO, and I'm gonna tell you, I know you thought about us. I know you had to have a heart to think about us. And so let me just ask you, this is going to be a question from one of our viewers,
Yeah.
and obviously we do know that you are from Idaho, correct?
Correct.
And
Yep.
also that is the headquarters state that you're in at the present time. Hmm?
Yep.
Excellent, and not only that, but we know that you've named this great software Live Pigeon. But why Live Pigeon and not Live Hawk or Live, Eagle? What is that about? To-
It's such a good question. I get asked this all the time
Mhm.
because, you know, it's interesting. I still remember, me and my wife, we were on a drive down to Utah, which is
Okay,
like the neighboring state,
yeah.
to us, and, I was driving, and I had this idea that I wanted you know, to do the software, but I needed to come up with a name for it, and I as we were driving, it's like, well, Geico has a gecko, and there's all these people who have, like, animals associated with their brands, and it's like, what could I do? And I still remember, like, okay, what is the overall objective, right? What is it that the software is trying to do? Well, the software is trying to help people to get their message out.
Mm.
And then I don't know if I don't know if I Googled it later or if I remembered this, but man, during the time of like war, people were using pigeons to get their messages like
Wow,
delivered,
wow,
or using pigeons to carry the message across enemy lines. And what was fascinating is they had like, I think, almost 100% success rate using pigeons to carry their messages.
wow,
And
wow.
what's fascinating right now, and I'm sure you'll relate, and I'm sure those listening will also relate, but we are definitely in a time of war as far
Yes,
as a war on attention, right? We're just trying to get our messages out to as many people as that will listen. And, you know, especially with this platform that we have, this ability to be able to go live,
yes.
that's kind of how this all, I wanted it to, have a live something. And so just pigeon seemed to make sense. And what's interesting is as soon as I said, live pigeon, and then this whole thing just started just going with this concept of like,
Wow,
man, how can we help people get their message out into the world?
wow.
And that's kind of where the name came from, and that's what we're calling our software, which is Live Pigeon.
Wow. Listen, It's Life Podcasters. Let me tell you something. If y'all getting value already, do me a favor. Give us a thumbs up for Mr. Brandon. Like that was whoa, that was big. And I am so super pumped. I don't know why I got to echo. I'm so super pumped to know that that is a great message that, I never thought about that, Brandon. I never thought like, yeah, during the time of war, they used pigeons,
Mhm.
for the actual message. Wow. And that's where a lot that is excellent. I tell you. And so like I said, you've launched this out on, National Pigeon Day, and that happened to be June 13th. How long have it been so far now?
Man, we just crossed our 4th year back in June, that we've had this, and so from probably the initial conception, it's been almost 5 years now from
Wow.
from the initial idea
Wow.
before we even launched. So
Wow. My secretary, she was saying, she says, not only, she says, Donald, you don't realize, but not only is he the founder, of Live Pigeon and CEO, but he's also like the founder of Fish Dog. Is that true? Like, wow.
Yeah.
And so how does Fish Dog relate to Live Pigeon? How does it connect? Is it a connection to it?
Well, I guess kind of. So basically the whole idea was I have a video production company and we were doing a bunch of videos for our customers. And
Okay.
what was interesting is we were taking all these videos that we would highly produce, and then now that this live platform kind of came into play about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago now,
Okay.
Facebook Live's been out for.
Yeah.
And what's been fascinating is this concept of what I used to do post-production, where I'd take a camera, film a video,
Hmm.
and then edit the video, and then I would deliver it to a client.
Mm.
And this concept of being able to take that and then push it as if it's a live video, I learned how to do this with, like, a free software,
Wow.
but it was very technical and it was very difficult to use,
Wow.
and it didn't really do what I was wanting it to do, because I had to
Mm.
sit there and I had to push play and I had to wait for it to do its thing, and then I had to stop it, and it was, anyways, the timing of it all was just
Wow.
very time consuming. Especially one client that we did something for was an hour and a half,
Wow.
and it was me and another guy who were just sitting down. And anyways, just from a labor point of view, just how much time it was taking both of us to be there to
Wow.
make the stream go live, I was like, "Man, there just has to be an easier way." And
Wow.
so that's, my video production company has given me this background in video, which has been awesome.
Mm.
And now I've been able to, connect it with the software and
Wow.
have that background to be able to help people,
Wow.
especially when it comes to, whether that's just different settings or
Yeah.
helping people. Like, we have a lot of customers on our platform, and, some of them don't know the basics of, like, how to frame themselves on a camera, or
Right.
how to get better audio or things like that. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you it's so great. It's been about as long as the pandemic now that I've been dealing with video. I've been
Mhm.
dealing with audio and some lighting. And please excuse mine. I'm still trying to get that down packed without looking like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully your lighting looks so good right now. And the other thing about it was that I was watching a young man. His name is Sean Cannell.
Mhm.
And he does a lot of tech gear and stuff like that. So I got into that. But I'm so happy that while I got into the video, that I followed this young lady to get right to Live Pigeon. Like, whoa, and I was saying to myself, what you don't know, Brandon, is I'm a pastor, for
Mhm.
over 13 years, so we've been doing services for a long time. Also, I've been married for about 16 years now, got two kids, two boys, and I have a secular job on top of all of that. And we have been doing a podcast since April. And it came out of like a pain type things. I'm originally from Brooklyn, although I live in the Bronx, and there was a young man who had gotten killed and things like that. And I was very influential, according to our old neighborhood. This is, we know you're influential to us. Can you please say something to us? And I says, well, nobody's coming out. It's the pandemic. How am I going to, they're like, well, just go live on Facebook. We'll all follow and this, that, and the other. I says, okay, cool. So I did that on a Thursday night at 8:30, which that's the reason why we air out now, 8:30 every Thursday since, April. And when I after I finished my address, Brandon, I says, well, if you think that I should do this more often than not, then hit me up in my inbox and tell me. So over 100 people hit me up. And
Wow.
that's why I says, all right, I'm gonna go get the name. I'm gonna go and get it, registered and everything. And now we're here. I didn't know I was gonna get gear for a podcast, but now, having said all of that, my schedule is overly, and
Mhm.
I just learned about batching. I didn't know, I was one of the ignorant kids or young men who were like, okay, I have to do this every week, get a outfit every week, come out every week.
Yep.
And I was like, no, this is crazy. It's got to be a better way, Then when I learned about batching and, doing 6 videos the same day, changing six different shirts, I'm like, but okay, but then I still have to be there to press play, It's
Mhm.
like you said, I have to be there to press play. And I'm like, and we have to do this live every time, or if I do it pre-recorded. And I noticed this also, that and we're going to get into this with Live Pigeon, which is, people, they answer to when you have that live feel, as
Mhm.
opposed to it just feel like a pre-recorded feel, pre-recorded
Mhm.
feel.
Yeah.
And now, that we've been doing this, and we've tried out live Pigeon for the first time last week.
Mm.
It is everything. I'm here. And the only thing I have to do is just take off my shirt and go get into bed, and that's it. After I edit this and then export it right to live Pigeon. So let's get right into it real quick for our viewers, for them to to understand further. Now, of course, you thought about us, and you realize that. Listen, it has to be a better way, just like you said, and so tell me, the different components. Now, how do we do this now? Live Pigeon, what kind of, is it like a liaison between every platform, as opposed to the content creators, or is it only a limited sort of platform? What is it like? Do we do only Facebook, and I don't know, is it LinkedIn? So,
Great question. What was interesting is when we first launched, that was my whole goal, is like, how can we go live just to Facebook and do just Facebook Live?
got you.
And then what happened was right after we launched, Mark Zuckerberg went and changed, or no, he had to go in front of Congress, and then they made it so they had to change some things.
Right.
So we were down for about 3 months. So
Wow.
here we had launched. It was awesome, but then like instantly, like, we
Wow.
went down, So I was like,
Okay.
darn it.
Mm.
And the reason I share that with you is because that's what got us to realize, like, man, we can't just have one place that we're going live to. We
Wow.
have to be able to go live to multiple places. And so
Yes.
then we set out and we got YouTube Live. And then what we've been doing this last year has been trying to focus on Instagram Live. No, there's no other
Mhm.
way to be able to do it like you can through us, and it's just been
Absolutely.
super fun to be able to try to get that to work for those that want to go live doing Instagram Live. Now, Instagram Live still has its limitations because they haven't opened it up to developers to be able to do that, but we still have the ability. We found a way, like kind of a roundabout way to do it.
Yeah.
And the best part is you can still get your message out. What we're finding is that, and I don't know how many different platforms you're going live to, but what's interesting is to just take your message and to broadcast it over all the platforms. That might be a good strategy based off of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to grow a channel of, like, for example, your YouTube channel, or if you wanted to grow a Facebook page, then chances are you want to funnel all of the traffic to that one spot so that you can then grow that one spot, and that might make it easier. But again, it's all dependent on what it is that you want to be able to do yourself. And so uh, that's just what we've been setting out for. We're going to continue to keep adding destinations as it makes sense. But if you can get a stream key, which, again, the whole goal of us creating this platform is so that you didn't have to know even what a stream key was. But if you do know what a stream key is, I guess I'll put it that way. You can take a stream key from almost any place, plug it into us, and then we'll take it and push it live to that platform for you. So
Super
yeah,
awesome. Oh
yep.
my goodness. Listen, if y'all getting value, please put your thumbs up, and don't forget to like and share. And by the way, Brandon, we're on Facebook, but we also recently joined YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that those two platforms are very, very large. They're very big, and I think that a lot of people are using YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that they have this new thing, LinkedIn. I'm still trying to get to know that, but I think I'll stick to where I am right now. We kind of like that. So not
Exactly,
not
exactly.
talking down any other the platforms and things. We do appreciate all of them, but we definitely appreciate Live Pigeon, because you're getting your message out. And I think the unique thing about it, and I want you to speak to this also, is we can actually upload it. We can program it to the time that we would like for our video to show on whatever platform at that particular time, and not be there. Wow.
Correct.
Wow. Wow. And so now let me ask you, Brandon, can we, let's say, if I being that we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook, let's say we have two different kinds of videos,
Mhm.
can we upload two different kinds of videos to two different kinds of platforms at the same time? Is that possible? Is that
Exactly. In fact,
wow.
that's a good point, because, like, if you want to speak directly to your audience on YouTube, then you
Yes.
can make just a YouTube version.
Right.
And then if you had a very similar message, if you wanted to
Yes.
slightly edit or do something different,
Right.
then you could go live to Facebook.
Wow.
One strategy that I just recently heard, I haven't even published this yet, but I'll put it out here,
Uh-oh.
which is what's kind of cool is if you wanted to go live, let's say, or pre-record your video as if it would go live to Facebook, you can kind of do the banter like you know, how you would, kind
Mhm.
of setting up, welcoming people in, but then there could be like a hard cutoff, and then
Mhm.
maybe from that hard cutoff, maybe that's where then you take your video and then you push it live to YouTube.
Wow.
So you get what I'm saying? Because
I
sometimes
get it.
based off of the interaction, like Facebook, there's just kind of a different way in which you communicate. Where YouTube, it's kind of different as well. And so if you can multi-purpose the one video and you know, to two different places, that's yeah, we don't limit you as far as being able to do that, taking two videos, scheduling it to go live at the same time to two different platforms. So
Wow. Listen, all of you at It's Life, you have to get live pitching. I want you to do me a favor. Please call your grandma. Please call everybody. Get everybody to get on live pitching because this is the place you want to be. And I'm gonna tell you, Brandon, what I love about this is you know, being at for the first time, I've used it just on last week. Of course, trying it out before that prior. Our community and our staff. We do have a staff. We have a secretary. I have a co-host also, and actually they're in the studio right now. They just came in not too long ago, and they wanted to meet you also. We're going to pull them in, just, you know, to say hello. But I wanted to just, you know, get this out, you know, that much more first before we get to that. And that is, it just felt so good to be able to get our message out there. And on a Thursday night at 8:30. I'm leaving Sam Ash and I'm leaving B&H to get another lens or something like that. And I'm like, I don't have to rush home. What do I just put it? I mean, just, you know, just upload it on my phone. I can watch it on, you know, on Live Pigeon and on Facebook, and it's a great thing. I mean, I just want to just express my gratitude to you. Now, the other thing I love about, you know, Live Pigeon is you have what they call the incubator.
mhm.
Now, originally, I know you didn't want to name it the incubator. You didn't want to have that. Explain that a little bit. You know.
Well, I just thought it was an interesting concept. So we call it the incubator because the concept is you can just drag and drop your video files into there,
Mhm.
and then they'll be ready for you when your pigeon's ready to fly. So it's kind of this concept. We have a pigeon theme throughout, but it's just a matter of putting your videos there and before they're ready to fly. So it's kind
Wow,
of in that incubation state, I guess, of
got you.
you know, you put them in there, they're waiting for you when you're ready to go. We did just add some cool new features to it as well that we're
Mhm.
excited for. But you know, one thing I wanted to touch on that I thought was interesting is, you know, 3 years ago, I mean, I didn't know that there'd be a pandemic. I didn't know anything other than I just kind of had this feeling towards creating this software, right? Um, I do feel called to be able to do this, right? To set out and just try to figure this out. And man, I mean, we kept hitting obstacle after obstacle, but it was amazing to me that we were ready to go. I'll still remember this. It was November, right before the pandemic even had hit.
Wow.
We had there was a church that it was down in Arizona, and they
Mhm.
were using our platform because uh, anyway, this guy wanted to be able to go on a vacation with his family. But when you're part of the ministry, it's hard to go out on a weekend away with your family because you got to be there working to get the, you know, to get the message, to get the word out for that week. And so, anyways, it was interesting because we were able to make some tweaks for him so that he could use it in his church's scenario. And then what was cool about that was when the pandemic did hit, we were already ready to go. And we saw so many pastors coming in, so many churches just coming in to use our platform because so many churches weren't even prepared for the
Wow.
fact that I mean, so many of us were shut down, right?
Wow.
So many businesses affected, but
Yes.
even the churches, they weren't able to go in
Not at
and
all.
do what they do. And so because a lot of them didn't have cameras and all the fancy high-tech equipment, the fact
Yes.
that they could pull out their phone, record a message, schedule it for it to go live to their congregation, And just like you said, Donald, there's times like where there's a lot of people who are pastors, but it's not necessarily a full-time thing.
Yes.
But if they're able to spend a couple hours each night or whatever that looks like preparing for their Sunday message, or whenever their message does go out, it's just interesting that they can do the preparation that they still would. But let's say there is a conflict where, let's say you had to get called into work on Sunday, or if you became ill or something, right? It's just nice to be able to have it pre-done so that you can send it out and to be able to spread the message, especially the word.
Yeah,
I absolutely
absolutely.
love hearing how many churches and pastors have been able to use our software. So it's been awesome.
Absolutely. And I mean, just about all of my pastor friends, just about, I'm getting to all, will understand. They'll learn about Live Pigeon soon enough. And they are really astounded about it. They're happy about it. Our community is happy about it. Some of the neighbors in my building, they're happy about it, And so the word is spreading. And I'm going to tell you, Live Pigeon is going to take flight. I mean, it is going to fly so fast. By next year, it is a wrap. And I know you said it, it's just been a few years now, but
Mhm.
for these couple of years, because I do believe that social media is it's going to be the way. It's the way, and everybody need to, have a reprieve. And even for our staff, Brandon, it's a wonderful thing because we don't get a chance to get together much. My co-host was saying, well, bro, I haven't seen you. We've been doing this virtual thing, but what's going on? So I says, the good thing about it is that we can do our pre-recorded virtual podcast, and we can get together the same day that we air it out, and we can plan for more, do batching, plan for more, and stay ahead of the game. And so I just say to everybody, every pastor, every entrepreneur, every influencer, anybody who is a CEO of your business, you need to get a hold to Live Pigeon, because this is going to be not only a blessing, what I'm saying, in your own life, but your company's going to appreciate it. And Brandon, also, I wanted to thank you because when I first downloaded Live Pigeon, I downloaded it in my phone, and lo and behold, when I downloaded it, you're like, listen, if you want to go right now, let's try it out right now. And I says, wow. It's just an awesome thing. Like you said, to be three places at one time, two places at one time, and not move a muscle. And
Mhm.
so our strategy game here at It's Life have changed because of Live Pigeon. And the incubator, man, that's awesome. Also, I realized about the incubator is that you don't even have to finish your video. Like, let's just say if there's an unfinished video, you put it in the incubator, and I think that you label it, and until you finish it. You don't want it to lose it. But right there in the incubator is where you give birth to it, and it's 9 months come, and so to speak, you're fixing it up and this, that, and the other. But you explain a little bit of that proportion, if you don't mind. Just
Yeah, you bet. So, basically the concept is you can take a video. So right now, this is like we're not gonna be like a video hosting platform. So I guess the goal is not to like upload all the videos that you ever wanna go live with,
right,
you
right.
know? Because there's even some, I guess, limitations with Facebook, for example, like where
Yes.
you can only go live inside of a 7-day window.
Yeah.
But with that, we do have the ability, based off of what plan you choose,
Mhm.
you can have a saved video file now. And so,
Wow.
what we like about that feature is, let's say, let's say you do a sermon that just absolutely hit, you were feeling it. It's one that that it's going to continue to be able to have an impact on other people's lives.
Yeah.
What's nice is you can save that video now, and
Right.
then hypothetically, let's say you tried to upload a video and the power went out, or you're not able to have an
Wow.
internet connection at home. Well, if you can jump on your phone, and if you had that video saved, you could still take that video and push it live from your phone. That
Wow.
there's some power in being able to do some of these things, and why we've thought through this, right? As far as having a backup plan, because some of us want to be consistent, right?
Yes.
If you get the game of consistency, I mean, back in the day, before DVRs and all this stuff, you had to tune into TV at 7 o'clock at night, or else you missed your favorite show, right? And
Absolutely.
they didn't really have reruns, right? And
Right.
so, I mean, they did later, but my point of that is, if you missed it, you missed it.
Missed
And
it.
so, if you can train your audience to be, this is make sure you're not going to want to miss this. Tune
Yes.
in,
Absolutely.
and if you do repetition and if you keep your publishing strategy up,
Yes.
Facebook rewards you for it.
Yes.
YouTube
Absolutely.
definitely
YouTube.
rewards you
Oh,
for it. Yeah,
yes. Yes.
absolutely.
And I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite features about it, and it's very, very light, but the thumbnail feature, that's
Mm.
also a great feature because again, not only does Live Pigeon upload your video, but it helped promote it as well. So you do a nice funny, type funny face, something that would get the attention of your viewers. It helped you, bring in traffic and click view and view duration. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. One of the best things, Brandon, I really appreciate you, sir.
Mm.
I really appreciate your complete staff and this great, awesome software that is going to bless the entire world. And it's an ingenious moment. And I thank you for all of the stuff that you had to go through. And I know it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? I know it
No,
wasn't easy
totally,
to
totally.
go through all of that, but to have all the people behind you. And is there anything else that we missed? I mean, because I know I talked about my favorite features, but is there anything
Sure.
else you wanted to sort of plug into us?
Let's see. There's I'll put it this way. We love like the training aspect. We have what's called our Live Pigeon Academy.
Mm,
Inside of the academy is where you can learn more things about like improving your audio, for example, like if you're going to wear a microphone, where to place it,
wow.
to publishing strategies. Everyone wants to know, like, well, what's this Facebook algorithm? In fact, we just did an interview series where we had a woman on. Her name is Louise, and she did an amazing job of breaking down the Facebook algorithm so that we
Wow.
can all get more views. Because the thing
Yes.
is, so if you notice this, sometimes you'll make a post and then only 3 or 5 of your friends see it because Facebook wants you to promote it, but you
Ah.
are the one that did all the work to get all those people,
Yes.
gathered.
Yes.
So what they're saying is that there's some things that you can do to kind of warm up the algorithm before you post so that
Wow.
then more people then will then see and engage with your post. And
Wow.
Donald does a great job with the whole trying to get the engagement going, right? Because, give this a like, put in the comments, if you've liked this episode, give us a heart,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, give us a heart emoji.
Yeah.
Apparently, I just learned this, but I guess the heart emoji, uh, I think Facebook is liking messages of love and sharing things
Yeah.
of positivity online.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
if we put positive messages in, or if they recognize that those are in the feed as well,
Yes.
that they're going to reward you by having more people be able to see and
Wow.
engage with your posts. And so,
Wow.
and that's really what live video is all about. You might be asking like, well, why don't I just post my video on
Right.
Facebook?
Right.
And you can do that, but you might not get the engagement like you would if you pushed
Absolutely.
it as if it was a live video. And
Absolutely.
so, anyways, Facebook's still rewarding us, letting people,
Yeah.
they're still rewarding us by letting people know, like, hey, Donald's going live.
Yeah.
Go tune into his show, and that's why this matters, in case
It
you're
is.
wondering, because we still want you to make your normal posts to warm
Absolutely.
up that algorithm. But what I'm saying
Absolutely.
is live video right now, you guys, the fact that you have no excuse.
No.
These phones are amazing, right? You can pull
Absolutely.
out your phone, hit record, you have
Yeah.
HD quality video, and the fact that you can then take that, upload it to us, schedule it for when you do want it to go live. I mean, it's as easy as that. And I
Wow.
think what Donald was trying to say earlier is like the fact that everything's kind of drag and drop. You just fill out a title and description, you click a button, and
That's it.
you can be live. And
That's
so,
all it is.
yep.
Wow, man. Brandon, I'm super pumped. You don't understand. I really appreciate, this visit to us. I appreciate you even coming on our platform and blessing us. You're a busy guy, you have a lot to do and things like that. And kudos to Dawson and your complete staff and team. You really care about us. I'm gonna tell you also, everybody out there and it's life, a community. I want you to know that it's always a good thing when you can have a software that care about you so much that they'll not only leave their email and their website, but they'll also leave their phone number that you can give them a call and they call you back and they talk to you and coach you through anything you think you don't know about, Live Pigeon. And also I want y'all to know that it's nothing you're really going to call them too much for, because everything is on point. I promise you that, except to say hello and how much you appreciate it, how much, it's going to, take flight. Brandan, off the chain, and so I really appreciate you, sir. I really do. If you don't mind, I just want to bring in, our staff before we land the plane tonight,
Absolutely. Let's
man,
do it.
listen,
And I
bro.
will say this, just to
Yeah.
piggyback off what you said, if anybody wants to, see what our customer service is like, definitely give us a call. Just like Donald said, we absolutely love hearing from our customers.
Yes.
And anyways, I can't wait to be able to hear from you.
Oh my goodness, I appreciate that. Listen, everybody, I need y'all to go and check out Live Pigeon. Not tomorrow, do it right after this program. I promise you. And even while you're on, I dare you, do it. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna fall in love to the point that you're not gonna go no place else. And Brandan, again, it was so ingenious to be like the liaison between the content creator and its platform that they use. So that the viewers can get the best quality and not miss a lick. Any pastor who does Bible studies on Monday night for you now, you can load it out on Thursday, and it's a wonderful, wonderful concept because nobody would miss anything. You could be right where you are, do what you have to do, upload it, and Live Pigeon. And let me just say this also, it doesn't take long. The process is not long when you you upload your video to Live Pigeon. It only take a few moments, and all of a sudden, bong, it asks you for, your thumbnail, or it'll collect something off the video as a thumbnail, and we'll load it up and we'll make you look like $1 million, So if you don't mind, Brandan, I want to bring in my co-host. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
His name is Ramel Bill. And here he is right here. What's up, guys? What's going on, man? Wait a minute. Let me turn. Let me see. You have to unmute me. There you go. What's up, man? How you doing,
guys? How y'all doing, man?
Doing great, Ramel. Nice to meet you.
What's going on? Nice to meet you, Brandon. Thank you for stopping by the platform. Really appreciate you. It's an amazing interview. Yes. Definitely learned a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, that's been awesome.
Absolutely. He's our co-host, and Ramel has been a blessing to our platform, and he's been bringing value to us, and we've been talking about you all week. I didn't sleep. I know he didn't sleep. And also, I think I don't know what happened to my secretary. She sort of disappeared. Maybe she'll come right back in. But I wanted to just at least introduce you to our co-host. He's been doing a lot of things and great things for us. We also have, I think she's coming in. Okay, here we go. So our secretary, her name is Robin Holmes. I want to bring her in here. Hey, Robin, what's going on, sis?
Great evening. How you guys doing? Mr. Fisher, a pleasure to meet you.
Robin, nice to meet you.
Awesome. I'm having so many technical difficulties over here. It's just one thing after another. But I am so excited to be here. I think I'm gonna have to join your academy to get some ideas about this tech over here. But it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we're just super excited about it. We didn't want to just be a software that people can't get a hold of. We just wanted to make sure that I'm a real person and that you guys can connect. And the same thing, what I've absolutely loved about this software is the fact that it's connecting us to people. I mean, I don't know that I would ever have crossed paths with all three of you. And yet technology now makes it so I can be in small Boise, Idaho, and you guys are in New York or wherever you might all be. And yet, and the quality is incredible. The fact that we're able to easily communicate and get our messages out, it's just amazing.
Absolutely.
It really is. And that's the thing that I actually love about Live Pigeon and what you're doing is because social media has kind of made it very impersonal. I think it's an oxymoron sometimes because social media is supposed to bring people together. But I think the way that it's used, it really kind of isolates us and makes it impersonal and it takes away from the human touch. So I appreciate that you've kept that and considered that within your vision. That's so important.
I love it.
Yes,
awesome.
Definitely. Yeah. If you don't mind, D, I appreciate the exclusive you gave us tonight, man. On the fact that you could maximize, you could pretty much go live on multiple platforms.
Yep.
you know, at the same time, or even break up your video. Like you could be seeing an introduction video to your live platform where you want to drive the traffic. Like you could do it in so many different ways. You've pretty much give people that are starting up and people that have even already been doing well no reason to not succeed. You said that towards right before you brought us in. You said no excuses. You give us no excuse not to succeed. No excuse. You set us up, and no matter whether we are consistent, like a predicate tweeter, and everybody knows it, or we're somebody that really has some content. So I really love what you do.
I love this. Wow. This is awesome.
Brandon, we just want to say thank you again. And Ra, thank you, sir. Robin, thank you for even coming on. I was like, I got a little worried. I said, where are they? They make me sweat.
You know we in the building. Brandon, you know we got you.
Absolutely. Brandon,
thank you. And Brandon, we hope that we could, one day have you on our platform again. I tell you, just to, to go in depth as Live Pigeon advance that much more. We know that we're going to have other things we're going to learn in the next up and coming years. And it's changed our lives, And I tell you, when we air this, Robin's going to be home. I'm going to be home, and Robin's going to be home. We're going to be shopping or doing something for Christmas. And and by the way, are you ready for the holiday, Mr. Brandon? Or
it's interesting. I haven't yet. I know stores like to put their stuff out earlier and earlier. We just finished up. It seemed like Halloween, and yet they're pushing Christmas trees already, right?
Already.
So, but I'm a Black Friday. I like to wait until Black Friday, and then I go into Christmas mode, So
I hear you. So look, Ramel, y'all just hold on for a second. Robin, hold on for a second. I want to land the plane with Mr. Brandon, so I can let him go, and he has other platforms he have to get to. Okay, y'all hold tough for a second. Okay, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, Brandon, man, you're one of the coolest dudes, man, I've ever met, and I appreciate you so much. And again, I hope that the experience today was just as good for you as it was for us, man.
Absolutely, Donald. Thank you for your time. And like I said, if I can provide value and help people truly get their message out to the world, I mean, it's just such a fun thing to be a part of, and I absolutely love it. So thank you so much.
Can you anytime, and can you tell us before we land the plane, where else can they find you? Can they find you on other platforms?
Great question. So Donald pointed out that if you go to just livepigeon.com, that's how you can get a hold of us. We also have a 14-day free trial, so you can come in, test us out. Like I said, if you did need anything, you can reach out to us. We're here to help. I mean, I do have a LinkedIn profile. I do have, I'm on Facebook. So like I said, I feel like I'm all over the place. I do have a little bit of a unique spelling on my name. So it is Brandon with an A-N at the end.
Yes, I thought that was unique. Wow, very unique.
So feel free. Feel free to hit me up on social media if you want to direct message me. But yeah, I just appreciate Donald and his time, and thank you so much for having me on your show today.
Oh man, thank you so very, very much, Brandon. Listen, everybody, if you do, please like and share, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us, or just leave a comment. It's not even about the subscribe, but leave a comment if you gotten value today. Let me know if you're going to try out Live Pigeon. And by the way, it is not expensive at all. You can have the free version, Also, you have different levels of Live Pigeon. And I tell you, just go for the max, y'all. Go for the max. It's worth it. You'll rest. You'll relax. And I'm going to tell you, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, we spend a lot of money at McDonald's today, So at the end of the day, I promise we can all go and get it. But again, if right now it doesn't fit your budget and things, you can go on the free version. And until you're ready, I promise you will not regret having Live Pigeon. Brandon, thank you so much, sir. I do appreciate you so very, very much, man. And I'm going to definitely keep in touch with you,
Let's
and
do it.
And I want to say to all the content creators, this is a new wave. You have a new day. And I can't wait to hear what our community have to say when we definitely live air this out. And by the way, we're doing pre-recording, and that's the secret is out, so that you can see what Live Pigeon is doing, And by the way, Brandon, we'll probably air this out on tomorrow night. So if anybody wants to to go, you go to our Facebook, which is Donald Francis, and then you'll see the same background that you have now. This is It's Life Podcast with Donald Francis, and everybody can watch. We're all all on Facebook, and we'll be also airing out also on YouTube. We just started YouTube, so I can't wait for that. Okay, so if there's anything else, just let us know. We would love to help out and assist in anything that we can do. So listen, go get t-shirts, go and just get the software. You want to get the software. Every pastor, every leader, every influencer, every entrepreneur, anybody who coach, anybody who does teaching, you want to get it. Brandan, thanks again, sir, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Donald.
Right? Anytime now. Thank you. And so, y'all, listen, again, as we land the plane, this is Donald Francis and my boy RB. I got to get him back in. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Rob-Bill, listen, we got to do our closing real quick before, I get to land this plane. So listen, y'all,
no doubt.
I hope that you enjoyed this content today. Please check out Live Pigeon. It is going to bless your life. It's going to be the ultimate, in your life. It will be a game. It is a game changer, and right. I want for everybody, go out, call somebody, tell them to try it out. I guarantee you will not regret it. So listen, this is your boy Donald Francis, and
you got Bill.
We're helping people develop self-control just to
make better decisions.
We are out of here. Peace.